What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another cryptocurrency update. If you are new to the channel, sit back and listen up. This information is an absolute must-see. In today's video, we're going to dive into XRP, ALGO, HBAR, etc. But first, I have to go over some important price charts, and feel free to send this to any friend that is currently freaking out about their portfolio. If you are invested into utility-based tokens, specifically those that are already ISO compliant or have some type of adjusted framework or are connected to the World Economic Forum or central banks, you're going to be okay. And of course, that bucket can include a variety of assets, whether it's QNT, XRP, ALGO, HBAR, etc. Now, I wanted to show this example of the phantom price chart because assets today, some alts are creating all-time low prices, and a lot of people are freaking out. And I want to go over Wyckoff accumulation. This is one of the schematics, and what happens after this all-time low price that serves as the spring. You can see 1, 2, 3, in this case for Phantom, 1, 2, 3, and then rallies, and it did over a 160,000% pump from its all-time low. That is a 160x return. $1,000 turns to 1.6 million. Now, I'm not endorsing Phantom. I'm not buying Luna. I don't buy anything that has done over 100 or 200x in the past 2 years because I just believe after those rallies, it's typically due for a 50% or 90% retracement or crash. Remember, stair steps up, stairs on the way up, elevator down. And even drawing like a sloppy trend line, you can see turn to resistance, back to support, support up, turn to resistance, and fell out of that trend. Now, accumulation and distribution are phases, guys. Now, accumulation, it can usually happen for 3 to 6 weeks, but in some cases, and especially for crypto, this can last for months or even years. As you can see, accumulation can last a few months or even years, but in most cases, 3 to 6 weeks. Now, I've studied crypto, I look at the accumulation and distribution phases, highly recommend doing so. And even considering this high back in 2018, the first time we saw Phantom's price on at least CoinMarketCap, we can see that we are in this range before actually creating a new high and going on to a rally for over 800 days. Roughly 2 years of waiting, and then boom, a 160x return. Now, I don't think we really have all of this data, the distribution phase we kind of launched, and I can clearly see this top. So I believe like this region is somewhere like, over here. And then what happened? We started moving down, created an all-time low price. That serves as the spring. Now, during accumulation phases, you can look at the volume and you see the smart money is buying as low as possible. Ideally here, when you see a high level of buy volume during the AR or automatic rally, you're going to see smart money accumulate here. And of course, during this spring. This is the final shakeout that scares a lot of retailers out. And then what happens? 1, 2, 3, boom, goes into pure expansion. This is what I'm looking for in crypto. Now again, I'm not endorsing Phantom, I'm not endorsing Luna. I'm recommending you guys to do your own research and find your own crypto assets that have sound fundamentals and that you believe are future-proofing and here to stay. I have my own picks, please do your own research. I don't buy something after it did a 1000x. I don't care if it goes back up to $5. I wish it well, but I'm not interested. I missed the bulk of the move. And again, Phantom and Luna, from the high to the low, drag it over. You can see Phantom did it perfectly with the double top at the 89 fib extension, so did Luna before the crash. We've seen Chainlink reach a full 34 thus far. We've seen QNT get up to this level, and we've seen other assets conservatively come up to the 4.236. What am I looking at? I'm looking at assets that are well below the 236, creating all-time low prices because I'm willing to wait. So this is a video I posted on May 2nd, so about 2 weeks ago, and I'm showing the API 3 case for that lower price crash. I didn't even expect it, but I wanted to show you a variety of fractals, and you can see Chainlink early days. And of course, reaching those higher fibs. And I'm personally not super interested at Chainlink since it's already done a 300x in the past few years. I wish it well, but I'm focused on assets that are building, integrated with a variety of layer 1s. I scan through their GitHub, I follow their social engagement, I see their roadmap. I basically stalk them and accumulate them for a year. And then I wait. This was when API 3 was still over $3. And I don't accumulate at $5 or $9. No, that's for retail. You want to buy as low as possible. You can see Chainlink had a massive crash before finally going, and of course API 3 did the same thing. So this was on May 2nd. And you can see the similarities, but in this case, API 3 created an all-time low price. Now, of course, with the whole Luna, Terra Luna death spiral, selling more Bitcoin to do that, of course, Bitcoin's price lowers, and then that really tanks the market too. You can consider it a black swan event like March 2020, but the funny thing is that, this is just crypto. This is a nascent market. It's the Wild West. There's going to be opportunities to short and go long. So I snagged a little API 3 at $1.50. If we get a little, quick rally up to $3, I'll consider selling and maybe try to buy back lower. But yes, I do believe that, again, API 3 and a variety of assets. What did I just show you with the spring of the Wyckoff accumulation? Creates an all-time low. API3 is backed by Digital Currency Group, one of the largest crypto companies in the world. And do I believe that it creates an all-time high price and reaches some of those golden fib extensions in the years ahead? Yes. And if you do not believe that, if you have not done your own research, if you have not read a white paper in a crypto you own, don't buy it. Be accountable for your own decisions. Be sure to always read the intro disclaimer in the beginning of my video, and only invest money that you can afford to lose and set and forget for a while. If you are investing into crypto with money that you need for your mortgage or rent next month, you are doing it wrong. You're going to be in a stressful place, and then you're designed to act out of emotion. And I'm speaking from experience. I've been in crypto for 5 years. I was trading Forex beforehand. I've made every mistake in the book, and I still do to this day. If you are not making mistakes, you're doing something wrong. So you can see Chainlink again creates that new low. You can see that we have a new low with the API3 price chart. And no matter how hard it gets, guys, even in the crypto market, I'd say there's probably been close to 1,000 days where I've wanted to quit. There's been more days than not in crypto where I'm just frustrated. I want to call it quits. I'm just like, is it even worth it? And then out of those days, when I least expect it, boom, alts take off and everything changes. You're sitting on the clouds again, and you have to reevaluate. Obviously, when you're in euphoria, that's the time to take profit, because historically, we're going to see multiple big crashes. But there's been more days than not when I wanted to give up. So please bear that in mind. Now, I know some of you maybe got a huge win in the market recently. Maybe you shorted your assets or sold and bought back lower. Congrats. I'm happy for you. You deserve it. Bears have been waiting a long time to capitalize on this, but it is worth it. Both bears and bulls win if they are patient. Just make sure that your wins and losses don't make you toxic or, bad and mean to other people. I literally saw 2 guys on Twitter talking shit after a friend that I know who's a trader took his own life after everything that just happened last week. Don't ever be like that. That is absolutely disgusting. I just wish we could all get along. I'm going to keep trying even if my impact is pretty minuscule. Oh well. Next up, shared by Blockchain Backer, we can see a similar pattern or fractal. So on the top is the price chart of the total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So really the entire altcoin market besides ETH and BTC. And we also have the Bitcoin price chart versus the US dollar. This is a 4-hour time frame versus the 8-hour time frame, but you can see that we come back to touch this zone. I would love nothing more than this to actually be our official bottom for the crypto altcoin market. Next up, from the Digital Pound Foundation. Now, who is part of this group? Funny enough, Ripple, we know Q&T's involvement, Avalanche to no surprise, and Electroneum. In quotes from Secretary Janet Yellen, I think that the benefit of issuing a central bank digital currency would be that it might diminish the proliferation of these stablecoins, but it depends on the design of exactly how the CBDC is introduced. Also wanted to share, this is right on Davos's website in Switzerland, the 1% of the 1%. We know that Ripple, Stellar, a variety of groups are part of the World Economic Forum's Crypto Council, side by side, Visa, I believe Goldman Sachs, some of the largest banks. And of course, Hedera, HBAR, Algorand, ALGO, even Zhang, which is a Ripple partner, is huge for XRP, as I can emphasize, and they're speaking at Davos. Remember that Zhang, I believe that's how you pronounce it, is developing a carbon credit solution on the XRP ledger. They're all speaking at Davos next week, starting, I believe, on May 22nd. Of course, Casper Labs and Casper Network will be there discussing a variety of topics. Surprise, surprise, because they're based in Switzerland, wink, wink. But we can see some of the sponsors: Accenture, one of the earliest Ripple investors, Algorand, Hedera, Stellar, Hyperledger, even Sora and Soramitsu, and SDX, remember, a Swiss exchange. Posted Casper's schedule right here at Davos. And I want to emphasize, despite the price swings, yes, HBAR, ALGO, XLM, XRP, they have longevity, guys. They are going to survive. This is right on the World Economic Forum's website. FIS, think of Fidelity and WorldPay, deep integrations with the XRP ledger as we've shared. We have Google, IBM, LG, Nomura. Now Tata on the governing council of Hedera, also with their Quartz solution integrated with the XRP ledger and RippleNet. And I also got some additional information from Quanthony showing obvious quant or Q&T connections. Surprise, surprise. Deutsche Telekom, one of the largest in the world. And then some people will say, Kevin, Hedera is centralized. Have you seen the current ecosystem? This is going to be the world's first enterprise DAO. It's going to be distributed through a variety of governing council members, even Ubisoft, one of the biggest gaming companies. To be honest, as an investor, I'm looking for returns, I'm looking for ROI, and I'm looking to have backers that have vested interests with me, such as Google and other behemoths like Boeing, that have a vested interest in the long-term success of the HBAR token because they want a valuable network. A valuable HBAR token also improves the security of said network. It does a top-down approach, just like the XRP ledger. Starts off centralized and begins distributing that liquidity, incentivizing the users and node operators. And then years later, boom. I literally saw people calling HBAR, ALGO, and Casper scams, and I just facepalmed so hard. If they did any targeted keyword searches or looking at the patents that are live, they'd realize they're legitimate. Price goes up, everybody loves crypto. When the price crashes, they call it a scam. Rinse and repeat. We have Steven right here, CEO over at Zang, remember, with the carbon credit solutions for the XRPL. We have the HBAR Foundation. We have Volvo. We have partnerships with Algorand and IOHK, along with Wave, and of course, the director of ALGO. And the chairman over at Hedera discussing, can crypto be green and secure? The answer is yes. Also saw this cool clip shared by Crypto Eddie. So this is Monica Long over at Ripple, and she is actually at LA NFT or NFTLA discussing the XRP ledger, non-fungible tokens, and Web3. We have Alex Cobb spitting wisdom. Don't let anyone who gave up on their dreams talk you out of yours. Also, heaven on earth, I encourage all of my Solana people to look into Hedera. Yes, join us. The NFT ecosystem is just getting started. And with that being said, we can see that DeFi transactions are at a 1-year low, and NFTs actually set an all-time high in Q1. This is the first bubble of many bubbles. Now keep in mind, crypto had many bubbles, many pumps. There's opportunity in bubbles, guys. Some people see bubbles having a negative connotation, but investors see the opportunity. Again, Ashish Birla, general manager over at RippleNet, discussing, coming off our best year yet, RippleNet Q1 2022 ended with record numbers and customer demand. RippleNet reached $15 billion annualized payment volume run rate as customers expand the use of RippleNet and on-demand liquidity. This is huge for XRP. If you've noticed the website, you've noticed the focus. They have XRP everywhere. And this is beyond just remittances. Think of lines of credit, peer-to-peer lending, as we've discussed in this recent report as well, including treasury and small and medium enterprise payments. Look at that growth. The payment volume, slow and steady. Yes, we have a long way to go, but we're still seeing building. If you can't hold for the long-term, sell. I'll still be here. On-demand liquidity grew 8x year over year. Let me repeat that, 8x. We are seeing half of Ripple's customers using on-demand liquidity, cough cough XRP. Although it may be low volume, we are seeing growth, and that is what's important during one of the biggest SEC lawsuits in crypto history. And they also upgraded their services from fiat only, a testament to ODL's product market fit and the vision we had from day one. Look at this. Global growth remains strong with improved product functionality. We have redundancy, such as the ability for payments to continue processing even if an on-demand liquidity exchange partner happens to be down. Boom. Ripple is a fintech that is improving this broken infrastructure that was built decades ago before the internet. We are still using Swift to transfer money and settle globally, and it takes 2 to 5 days. Ripple is not only building the Internet of Value, they're building the bridge that goes and connects to Web3. The APAC or Asian Pacific region is one of the biggest contributors of on-demand liquidity dollar volume, over $1 billion in Q1 alone. On-demand liquidity, just think XRP, can enable payouts in 25 payout markets today: Singapore, Malaysia, Poland, Indonesia, Thailand, and more. These collectively represent 62% of the $700 billion per year in the global remittance market, and approximately 86%, guys, almost 90% of the $6 trillion per day that we see in the global FX or foreign exchange market. This also includes treasury and corporate FX cross-border payments. We are going to be processing billions upon billions of dollars in the future. XRP reminds me of just an early Amazon, except it's decentralized. And we also have a new VP of global payments. And the funniest thing about the Amazon price chart is after that massive crash, huge V-shaped recovery on the macro, but watch this, from the high of that wick to the bottom of that wick and drag it over. Where did we go? I mean, and you can see I'm not adjusting it. What do we see? Right there on the top. Right there on the bottom, and where did we go? Double top on the 34 Fibonacci extension. That was Amazon's all-time high stock price. These fibs do not guarantee anything, but they do in fact act as a magnet for price action. I mean, of course, you can see test right here, back test on this. You can see a back test right there, sitting on the 4.236. Playing a game of ping pong between these fib extensions. So on the macro, on the monthly time frame, then do a top-down analysis, it definitely helps me gauge potential impulse levels. And sometimes it even acts as support, because we've seen some assets crash all the way back down to the 4.236, the 8 or 13 extension. Question is, will Amazon someday reach a $6,000 price point and reach that 55 fib extension? And remember, we've had a variety of assets hit to perfection, the 34, and I already showed you that Luna and Phantom hit the 89 fib to perfection. The only reason I don't have it here is because I'm using the max amount of fibs on TradingView currently. I actually would have to change the style and add, remove one to add it. Next up, Crypto Eddie. So Ripple is helping South Korea regulatory bodies understanding the benefits of XRP on-demand liquidity. We have the white paper right here, and you can notice using the digital asset XRP to source liquidity. XRP is at the center of all these updated documents on the Ripple website. They're doing a bigger push toward XRP. I did in fact retweet it and highly recommend following Crypto Eddie right here. Next up, we have a few huge pieces of news, including the announcement of Steve Aoki. This dude has like 10 million followers on Instagram. I think like 8 million followers on Twitter. One of the most successful, largest DJs in the world has joined as an advisor for Liquid Marketplace. An avid collector. And the first big piece of news that we have with Liquid Marketplace, and FYI, yes, I am an advocate for this platform. I use it. They have a mutant ape on the way, so be ready for this offering. This will be right on liquidmarketplace.io. We also have the announcement that dropped today of Steve Aoki right here. Do not miss out on your chance to co-own these rare collectibles with Steve. We are very excited to present this collaboration with established collector and Liquid Marketplace advisor Steve Aoki. See, on Twitter, 8.2 million followers. On Instagram, it's like 10 million. So tune into Liquid Marketplace tomorrow to pick up the tokens at the drop. Now, for those that don't know, liquidmarketplace.io is an exchange. It's a platform. They don't have their own token. This is a platform where you can co-own high-valued collectibles. Everything that is on this platform, whether it's a rare Michael Jordan card or fine art, or of course, commercial real estate, which is on the way, is fractionalized into ERC20 tokens on the Ethereum blockchain initially, and of course we expect integrations with other chains as we move toward a more multi-chain environment. Everything's on their website, their whole story, their whole process, their backers, so please check this out. Check out the FAQ. I've done dedicated videos on LMP, but I highly recommend just checking out their website to start with. You can go in their Discord and ask questions. We also host some AMAs from time to time that are live in Twitter. And if you are a collector and you have some, fine art or rare coins or historical documents that are worth, a good chunk of change, you could potentially list it on Liquid Marketplace as well. They've been all over Yahoo Finance. Expect to see some big news dropping in the future. And they also award a variety of NFTs to users based on experience points. We also have some new mini drops that are coming on Monday, so starting tomorrow to Liquid Marketplace. So remember, the collectibles market today is approximately $400 billion. Projected by like 2030 to reach $600 billion plus. That is a $200 billion growth. Now, what I like about Liquid Marketplace is they don't have their own token. I just want to emphasize this because people think I'm shilling some crypto. It's a platform for high-valued collectibles, and right now primarily starting with high-valued collectibles such as trading cards, but they're going to be adding fine art, dinosaur fossils, commercial real estate, and different types of historical documents, or old coins, anything in between. The goal is about leveling the playing field for everyday people into the collectibles market, so they are bringing Web3 features into the physical collectibles market, and of course digital assets too. Because I guarantee some of you out there are avid collectors. What if you've always wanted, a Honus Wagner baseball card, or a Michael Jordan card, or maybe the Pikachu Illustrator, which I actually own a little bit of because I grew up with Pokemon. Well, now, if you don't have a bunch of money to fork over, you can own a fraction of it. And an example of this is one of the biggest companies in the world, Alphabet or Google, is even doing a stock split. Because guess what? What if the everyday investor wants to own some shares of their favorite company and the price is over $2,000 and you only have $500 to invest? Well, Google realizes this. Many companies that have shares in the stock market realize this. So they do a stock split. So expect in July, we're going to see a 20-for-1 stock split. Meaning that the price of the stock will now be reduced so that everyday people can own a portion. This is happening with or without us, and in my opinion, this is really the next step in evolution in terms of technology and adoption. So just wanted to share, check out Liquid Marketplace on Instagram as well. They have some really great information. And last but not least, just wanted to share that the XRP Ledger launched in June of 2012. It has almost been our 10-year anniversary, so coming up in just a few weeks, the XRP and XRP Ledger is 10 years old. 10 years later, still has liquidity. ODL is growing. And they're battling the SEC. And while everybody hates XRP, it is still ranked number 6, getting sued by the SEC, getting delisted from a variety of exchanges. And it's the black sheep of crypto that nobody wants you to own. You can make your own decision. Yes, I hold it for a reason. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Send it to a friend, and you can find all crypto resources in the video description. Until next time.